we're here now in Roselle, New Jersey. What's the name of this restaurant?
White Rose.
There you go. I didn't want to say it. I wanted her to say it. All right, so we're back again. Another episode of At First We Eat, and I've eaten a lot of food between then and now, and a lot of food. We're here with two guys, very special in the drag racing industry. Your name?
Ara Arslanian.
There we go, and his crew chief.
Luis Aspers.
But what did you start off as? Did you start off as street glow, or you started off as bullish?
No, we were at Bullish Motor Racing, and then Street Glow approached us in 2000 and the end of 2002.
Dang, you see how far back we're going? What year is this?
2019,
and we're talking back in 02.
2002, and then 2003, both cars had the Street Glow signage and the whole purple.
So who drove the other car? Where's the other driver?
His name was George. He was with us till 2004.
Where'd he go?
We fired him.
There he goes. He's out of here. Where's my food? So what should we get? What's the like? What's the thing to eat?
Double burger.
Double quarter pounder.
Whoa.
Small cheeseburger special.
Can I have that?
Cheesesteak.
That? A what?
Philly cheesesteak.
You're doing too
Small
much.
the Italian cheesesteak.
What's a small
Go crazy.
cheeseburger special?
The small cheeseburger special says two small burgers. You can add cheese. And comes with French fries, a drink, a medium drink, or a small milkshake.
Can I have that?
You want to have that?
Yeah.
What kind of milkshake do you want?
A milkshake?
Yeah, we have chocolate, strawberry, and vanilla.
Take a strawberry.
Strawberry?
Vanilla.
Strawberry vanilla?
Wait, you can do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that. I'll take a strawberry vanilla.
Okay, give me 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
I'm gonna get a big fat burger. Double.
Okay, so double for you.
Medium well.
Okay.
You hear this?
Medium well, big fat burger.
Okay.
All drag races
Coffee.
Coffee, Louis?
Yes, please. I need to stay up.
Okay, you want milk?
No.
No, black?
Yeah, I want
Sweet?
coffee also, please.
I want coffee too.
Yeah, coffee. Coffee's good. Yeah.
3 coffees. You want milk? No. Black? You want milk?
Yes, please.
Yes.
I'll take an order of mozzarella sticks.
And mozzarella sticks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Buffalo wings are spicy.
No, but we have the special spicy sauce.
No. No spicy sauce. Give me buffalo wings though.
Buffalo wings?
Yeah.
Okay.
What else? Take gravy fries. All right.
Gravy cheese fries?
Gravy cheese fries.
Bisco fries.
She's on the right path. I like this girl. So where did you begin racing? Usually, for a lot of people, it starts off as street racing, right?
Oh, street racing, of course. That's a given. I mean, we all street raced.
Ooh, there we go.
That's
Where were you street racing, in Jersey or?
Street racing, I street raced when I used to steal my mother's keys
The
when
double.
I was younger.
Where?
My
Small
mother's
cheeseburger
key
special?
when I was younger in France.
In France?
Yeah, which we lived in the summers. And
Coffee?
yeah, we used to race there. And of course, as a kid, raced mopeds. Anything that had motor, anything that we can make into a loud noise.
Strawberry milkshake?
This is food. So do we eat first?
No. Finish the
Oh.
conversation. Fuck the
Well,
food.
we gotta eat though, no?
All right, we do have to.
We gotta eat.
We can eat and talk about the food.
First we eat.
You got a valid point. All right, you're the double. Who's the double?
I don't know. Either one.
Double?
What's this?
This small cheeseburger special.
This is me. I'm gonna eat it anyways. And what's that?
And take
Double
some
ham
egg
and
and
cheese.
cheese.
Taylor ham is cooked ham.
Devil ham, New Jersey ham.
That's from Jersey.
That's New
That's a
Jersey.
Jersey thing?
See this?
Like a hoagie.
There's a real man's food here.
You gotta get. It's either Taylor ham or pork roll. But where we're from, it's pork roll.
Oh, I seen pork roll in Wawa.
Right. You gotta try that. You gotta try that first since you never had one.
So wait,
Ketchup. You gotta put some ketchup on it. A little bit.
black people love ketchup.
And hot sauce.
You got hot sauce?
I thought you don't like hot sauce.
I don't like pepper.
Oh,
What's this? Syrup?
Special.
that's this
Do
ketchup.
you eat hot sauce on this?
ketchup?
Yeah. That's
Oh, the good hot sauce.
It's the good stuff.
Alright, let's see where this is going. I've had this before. It's like,
Damn, that's a bite.
motherfucker.
Shit. Oh wait, we can curse on
Of
this?
course we can.
Good.
2019.
It's my other. It's every other word.
This is good. So we have bacon, egg, and cheese in Brooklyn. I can live with it.
So
Oh yeah.
now that we're eating, we can talk about racing. Yeah. So of course, street racing. In New Jersey, I used to try to hustle street races.
Here.
Here.
What part of
Back in 1982 when I graduated high school in Crestwood.
Yo.
You weren't even born yet. So 1982, high school graduation present was, I hate to admit this, I hope I don't like disappoint some, but it was a 1982 Trans Am.
That's fine.
305, 305 cubic inch, what they called crossfire fuel injection, made 165 whopping horsepower.
That ain't shit compared to what you were racing afterwards.
Make that with
So check this out, right?
165. But what did I do? I threw in a 300 horsepower kit Magnum nitrous kit. Went out on 9W and blew it up.
Wait, they have nitrous back then?
Yeah, Magnum kit. It was called Magnum kit, and the kit came with 125 horsepower jets, 200 and 300. Of course, I picked a 300.
So over here in Jersey in our time of street racing, we had Avenue P, we had Fountain Avenue in Brooklyn, we had the Conduit, and where were you guys racing at over here?
9W.
Hunts Point.
Yeah. For me, it was 9W. A lot of the guys,
9W?
well, by me, was like a.
Oh, because you're
like a
from North
canyon,
Jersey.
Like a canyon road. And
You've been up there all your life?
yeah.
Nice.
And also, there were some wealthy neighborhoods in the area, so a lot of Porsches at the time, and some Ferraris. So it was always something going on.
When did you
Then the Supra comes out,
oh, so the
Right.
Super came out in what year?
93.
And you bought one?
I got one. The first day it was released to the public at the dealership was June of 93.
That's my birthday.
Yeah, so that was 93. It was considered the 93 and a half Premier Edition Supra.
So you bought the Supra,
Yeah.
and what, right away you tore it down and built a race car?
No, the first thing that the Supra got, the first thing the Supra got was a HKS exhaust.
That's it.
And then there was nothing available. And then the next thing available was the HKS hard pipe intercooler kit.
What year is this, 96?
No, now 90. We're talking still end of 93 now.
This is the last body Supra, right?
Yeah, it was from 93 and a half to 98.
All right, so you got the Supra, you did a blow-up valve and exhaust. That's
Yeah,
it.
But then at the time I was road racing, so I was hitting Lime Rock, Pocono, Bridgehampton, but Bridgehampton was closed by then.
So your
My
drag.
background was I never was into drag racing. I didn't know anything about drag racing. Really, I've never been. The only thing I've been at drag racing was when I was younger. My father used to take me Englishtown, and I used to hear the commercials.
Oh
right?
yes.
The Englishtown commercials, the famous commercials. I
On
used to
Hot
hear that.
97. Always on
Yeah.
Hot 97.
We used to hear that, so my father took me to Englishtown, and that was the first time I've ever, and I was 16 or 17, that was the first time I've ever seen, but I was still road racing. That's what I was doing, road racing. So then, somebody said something about drag racing, and I'm like, you kidding me? My grandmother can go straight. All you gotta do is hit the gas and go straight. So I took the Supra with my road race tires, went to Englishtown on a Wednesday night, don't know anything. I go up to the burnout box, and there's a Camaro in the right lane, and he's just like smoking this. I'm like, what the fuck is that guy doing? I just roll up to the line, hit it, boom, boom, I almost hit the wall. I'm like, fuck, I can't even drive the car straight. I can't drive the car straight.
So it wasn't
Hell.
as easy as just driving
I'm
straight.
Like, my wife, we were engaged, no, we were dating at the time. She wasn't a stand. I came back around. She goes, what happened? I said, I don't know, but I'm scared shitless. She goes, you're gonna go back out? I'm like, no fucking way. I'm not gonna go back on that racetrack. That's not even a racetrack. That's like a death trap there. I said,
This is a straight line.
Yeah. So my buddy was like, you got no balls. All the shit you did, you talked about drag racing and not going a straight line. You don't want to go back out? I'm like, oh fuck, I'll go back out.
So when did Louis come in?
A few years later. I rolled the car out,
missed the good part.
and I ran a 1570, and I'm like, yes, I did it. It was a 1570 run.
At that rate, you knew you had to chop those numbers.
Yeah,
the
I'm
golf
like,
cart, no?
no,
The golf cart we did what, 16?
the golf cart?
Yes.
No, but I'm talking the golf cart came later. I'm talking. This is like 90. This is like 96.
The golf cart.
Yeah,
This is like 1990, 1995.
So let's jump forward real quick. You guys raced a golf cart?
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
Of course, because we
You guys race everything.
everything. And you know who started that shit?
Cool.
Rado. Chris
Rado?
Chris
Lisa
Rado.
Kubo and
Lisa
Rado.
Kubo. We all start racing, and like next thing you know, Rado goes to a junkyard. He buys this little piece of shit car. He chops it up and he
Geo.
calls it. He
Yeah,
calls
Geo
it
cart.
his golf cart. I'm like, that's not a golf cart. It had a 4-speed gearbox and the whole thing. It was not a golf cart. I'm like, fuck that.
When did you graduate from your 16-second pass in the Supra to what was next after
Then-
that?
Straight to the deep. Straight.
No, we started. I'm like, okay, this is. I gotta learn how to do this. What do I have to do? I was starting to go to one shop in Clifton. Bert, who owned.
Toy Store.
No, it wasn't Toy Store. It was called Pro Store. It was called the Pro Store in Clifton. Bert Gertner. He became our engine builder.
Now,
later on.
Bert, I just heard this Bert name
Yeah.
because I posted a post on Instagram and
Yeah.
someone said, Bert, his engine builder built my motor for my Supra today. So that guy's still building engines.
Yes, he is.
Nice. So
Yeah.
so this is
So-
where it all started.
That's pretty much what it was. But Bert had his own shop, Pro Store in Clifton. And another teammate of ours, Kevin, used to work for Bert. So I went to them. I said, "Look, I gotta learn how to do this thing. You know, what do we gotta do?" The Grady, I was on a road race in Pocono, and I blew the turbos. I got black flag because I was blowing smoke everywhere and oil in the ground, the track. Went home. I called Bert. I'm like, what can I do? I want more power. He goes, Grady has a single turbo, T78. I said, I want it. Next thing you know, he ordered the stuff, fuel injectors and all that stuff. Put the thing on put the kit on. We didn't have a dyno. I'm estimating we did 500 horsepower. No, we didn't have a dyno. I had no access to a dyno. And I started racing with that, and then that's when the street races started. I used to like clobber cars. So you're talking about 500 horsepower back then at 18 pounds of boost. I would turn the 22 inch.
And this is all up there.
All here, yeah, all up there. I used to go all over. And but you know, eventually it was on the drag strip, and pretty soon we started going into the 11s, then the 10s, then the Supra. We were the first ever to break into the 9s in the unibody in Las Vegas. Did you know that?
So you guys,
And that was in 2000.
in 2000, you took the Supra to Vegas and was the first Supra
Unibody manual shift
To
with
go
a Tilton to go
9.
998.
Damn.
We went 998, and that was in 2000. That was on the. Up to that point, we weren't like lacking horsepower, but the clutches, we couldn't find a clutch that worked. And then Tilton called us maybe a month or two before, and they were coming out with this carbon $5,800 clutch. Bolted. We put that in, sent the car to Vegas,
It went
off the
998.
trailer with 10s, like nothing, and I liked it. Next day we hit a 998.
Nice. Then you come back from Vegas
We came back from Vegas and we did, I think, SummerSlam.
in Englishtown.
Englishtown, we were running at consistently 9.8s, 9.7s, I think, and then in 2001 we were in 950s.
So what happened with that Supra?
That Supra in 2006, I sold it to a friend of mine in Bahrain, Canoe Racing, who is very well known for breaking all kinds of world records. With
Does he
his,
still have that car?
he still has a car. He has, I don't know, a whole collection of.
Ask that. So the records that you were laying down? Were these personal records or were this like
No.
was there a class back then? There was no class.
We were running in a Naira Power 6 class. So Power 6 back then was street unibody cars. Either one power adder, which is a turbo, or two turbo and nitrous. We need to run nitrous. We had a nitrous bottle just to fuck with everybody's head, especially Ari Allen out of Texas.
What did he drive?
RX-7. He had the RX-7 at the time from Galveston. He was fast, but we just wanted to fuck with his brain.
The rotary car.
Yeah, he was always easy to rattle a little bit. And so I used to put a sticker on my dashboard with 45 pounds and a switch next to it. He was like, what the fuck is that? I go, that's my 45-pound switch. He goes, what, are you running 45 pounds in this car? I'm like, yeah.
Next round is coming.
The next round. I think I want another burger.
The burger.
You got burger too?
Oh, that just came out.
Yeah. Thanks. You need a warning label on this thing.
Fresh.
So you had a stick on the dash at 45 pounds and
45 pounds.
Oh, he was easy. I would have a 100-pound sticker, 20-pound, 200 shot.
Yeah, but you see, that at that time we were running like 26 pounds. So 45 was like, I wasn't thinking 100 pounds like they do now. But
26 pounds was it?
yeah, we're running 26 pounds.
My car leaves the line.
And we were making
26 pounds.
We were making when we ran
We were
those
keeping the tires last week.
950s. We were making with a T88 turbo, 880 at the wheel. So at 880 at the wheel, the car with cage and all that was coming in at about 3480, 6-speed manual, original gate rack, 6-speed. And we were running 950s, 960s, 970s. And we were cleaning, I mean, we were going from here to West Coast and back, and we were like winning all the races in Power 6 class at Naira.
Damn.
And Naira was the, we had IDRC, Naira,
Circa.
Battle Imports, but Naira was the main thing. That was like the main series.
All right, what is Naira? Is this a series of races?
Yeah, it was a Craig Lieberman and his staff were running Naira, National Import Racing Association.
Got it.
And they would come to Englishtown, Maple Grove, Texas, West Coast, of course.
And you just followed the series.
We followed the series with the Supra in the street class, which was mainly the people who really ran from West Coast to Coast with the pro cars. But man, I wanted to like learn. I love the culture. The import culture was the shit.
See?
Compared to anything else out there, that was the shit. And we just loved it.
Well,
We loved
today
it.
the culture's still there. It's
Yeah,
just in
of course.
different shape, forms. You got front wheel drive, you got rear wheel drive, you got stance, you got airbag, you got music. The culture is huge,
Of course.
but it's just spread out. Let's fast forward a bit.
Okay.
When did the street glow Solaris come into play?
Well, we were.
It was funny Solaris before. They were bullish.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were
racing,
bullish.
Yeah, but
Sorry, we
it
jumped
doesn't
too
matter.
far.
No, yeah, it's still it was the Solaris. It was the same team. With the Street Glow was just a sponsor name.
Right.
But the team was still the team. I mean, there was a core. I mean, we gelled together. We were together 7 days a week.
That's when Louis came in.
Louis was there, yeah, from the beginning, and we were like 7 days a week. We were together for 37 months, 37 weekends out of the year.
Jeez, this is real racing.
We've been
out here.
together, hugging each other. Up by
You
our
only
feet.
see this in like Pro Stock or Funny Car or
Yeah.
Top Fuel.
No, man.
One
But-
car 1986.
See?
This poor guy
Yeah,
was
But
That's
now,
what we did.
when
I mean-
you hear it from like the import side of it, it's like, really?
That's all we did. We just went from Naira. I mean, at the time it was Nopi. Naira was gone. Nopi, NHRA. I mean, we did all the series. We were the only team that was doing both series. That was 20 races.
26 races a year.
Well, that was
shows.
plus if you include
Not the thrills.
We used to do whenever we were, because Englishtown was very nice to us.
Yeah.
And we wanted to give whenever we were in town and the race cars were in New Jersey, we had to do just to
When it's first
give back to Englishtown, because NHRA did so much for
Yes.
for us and
It's to
and
put on a
many
show
other
for the fans.
Yeah.
It had nothing
It was
to
against First Stock, Promart at the time.
Oh
was
yeah,
like-
we did everything. We didn't give a shit. I fucking wanted to take Warren Johnson before the race cars were done. If anybody doesn't know, Warren Johnson back then was the king of pro stock.
Still is.
He was the king of pro stock. He won. He set the records. He won everything, and I wanted to match racing. The cars were not even built yet. And NHRA's National Dragster magazine.
Did you get to do it?
No, well, I started talking about it so much that they said, you know, who's this guy that wants to race a pro stock? The car's not even built. I'm like, don't worry about it. The car will be built and we'll race it. Fast forward.
They picked the race before they could even.
Yeah.
They even had cars.
We didn't even have the cars.
Good.
I've never been in a pro car before, but I wanted to beat that guy. I wanted to match race him and beat him. Fast forward 4 years. 4 years of trash talking. Finally, Turbo Magazine, Hot Rod Magazine approaches us. He goes, "Hey, you want to do a match race with Warren Johnson?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah!" He goes, "How about we do the whole thing? We'll present it. We'll put in a magazine article. We'll take photo shoots and we'll do the Hot Rod Pro Stock versus Sporting Pro." I'm like, "I'm all for it." He said, "How much do you want to get paid?" I said, "Nothing."
Oh, you see, that's passion right
I
there.
don't want nothing, I said. Because he goes, "Well, Warren Johnson wants 75,000. I'm like, "Then give him the 75,000. I don't want anything. Just tell me when and where."
This isn't a street race. This is not 2 cars in Jersey. This is, where was he from?
He's from Indiana.
Minnesota, he's background.
I don't know Georgia.
So you got
Yes.
one guy in Jersey and you got one guy in Georgia looking for a
Yeah,
match
and
race.
this is he wasn't looking. He's shying away. I'm like a bull. I'm just like attacking him. I would see him at the pits in the national events. I'd go up to him. I went up to him so many times. He started knowing who I was. Not necessarily. He was not into imports. He hated imports.
They all hit imports.
He hated imports.
Until you split their shit. Then they have nothing else to say about it. That's usually how it
I
goes.
just wanted to race him, and I meant no disrespect to the man. The
No,
guy
of course not.
He was a king of
it's
pro
part of the
stock,
competition.
But I wanted it was going to be a Toyota versus GM. Toyota versus GM. So finally, at English, at the last week, at Texas event, national event, Hot Rod Magazine, the 2 race cars, the 2 Solaris, and Kurt Johnson's. No, not Turbo. Hot Rod Magazine. Hot Rod Magazine to the photo shoot on the starting line. Both cars lined up next to each other. And Kurt Johnson, that was his son, had the Kiss theme band, Kiss band. Mm-hmm. That was their theme with Gene Simmons and all that. They were promoting the thing. I'm like, this is going to be big. They put the whole thing. The magazine comes out. It was
Google that car.
their best-selling magazine issue that Hot Rod ever had. Sold out and sold out and sold out. They backed out.
No.
They backed out.
They couldn't take that.
They backed out.
No.
Yes. So Englishtown was nice enough to take it over, and they called a local, Bob Benza, from Long Island. With
Long
his pro
Island?
stock. Yeah, 500 cubic inch. You know, the whole pro stock deal. We do the match race. I'm like, let's do the match race. Best out of 3. And that was in Englishtown. And we played a little game. We were like, okay, we're going to. I'm not going to stage. I'm going to burn you down. He goes, all right, then I'm not going to stage. I'm going to burn you down. I'm like, all right, let's play a game. First run, one of us is going to lift because we want to do one loss, and then comes down to the 3rd run.
But nobody knows who's gonna lift.
No, we decided, okay, on this one I'm going to lift. It turned out that we actually, on the first one, we broke a tranny, which we never really do, but we broke a tranny.
Long burnouts.
Yeah, long burnouts. Second round, he broke a tranny, right? So we won one. Comes the 3rd round, and I'm not going to lift for nothing. I'm not. There's no way I'm going to let this guy beat us. Thank God we had the car. The car was a little shaky up top. We had a lot of tire shake, but I stayed in it, and we ended up winning. We ended up winning anyway. But he was a very cool dude to be racing with, and that was supposed to be Pro Stocks King Warren Johnson, and they backed out. Now, I don't know if he backed out. I don't know if GM backed out, but it was gonna be a bad.
Yeah.
We were gonna clean house.
You know what it is? They couldn't take the publicity.
Yeah, but the thing is, at the time we were running 676s, 675, and they were right there.
They were 7-0.
No, they were
way slower than we were.
They were no, they were. What do you, no, we went to.
Remember,
See, Louis knows.
No,
Louis knows.
66, we won 690s.
We went 676 and 6.
Oh, this is it right here.
No, yeah, Yeah, that's
The
it.
picture's blurry.
Well, I think everybody's seen this picture before. If you've never seen it, but this is it. But we've all seen this picture already.
Yeah, that's it.
It says
That was
the
in
cars
Texas.
The cars are going at 670s.
We were at this. I don't remember if it was
We
this
were,
event.
not
Yeah,
them.
we were running six. No, but Greg Anderson at that time. Also, what was happening at that time, his one of his top crew members was starting to move and start his own race team. Greg Anderson with Summit cars.
Summit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were running we were running 677, let's say, and they were running 679. We were running, but there was one race where we were at the Route 66 Street Lawn Extreme Rush, where the top 8 cars from the Pro rear-wheel drive and the Pro front-wheel drive were invited to 2 national events to promote the import stuff. NHRA was trying to promote, but that's a whole different story.
Right.
I got a lot of shit to say about NHRA too.
See?
I got a lot of shit to say about
Lay
it.
it out. Lay it out. We want to hear it.
And so that weekend, they were running, every time the Pro Stocks ran a number, the Pro Imports were coming in running like 100s faster, maybe 300s faster. We were just one step ahead of them, which was awesome because there's all the muscle car guys that were not into imports and like, oh,
They
that's
hated it,
blow
Rice
dry.
Borner.
Warren Johnson used to call, specifically he called my car, but he was referring to the imports, blow dryer, it's like watching paint dry. He used to call, like, watching us run was like watching paint dry. I'm like, what? And that's when the whole thing, I'm like, dude, I'm not playing. I'm not gonna get money. You want 200? I'll give you, if they pay us 200, you take all 200. You think this is a fucking hair dryer? This is,
Let's just
here.
race.
Oh, let's race.
If this is how you feel, then let's
Yeah,
race.
let's fucking race.
Yeah, I like that.
Let's fucking race. There's the article. You saw the article. There's proof that it was set up, and then
And they backed out.
Nothing.
Damn, where is he today? He's still
I'll do
racing?
it now, right now. I'll build a car just to race him.
He's walking in front of us.
Now I'm getting hot. All right? Now I'm getting pissed off.
Yo, he wants to go back in time. We do know that you guys were the very first race team to have 2 of the same cars.
Yeah.
Why? What was the point behind that?
Well, when we were racing the Super, and I had this vision of going to the Pro Rear with a team, I wanted to go out and hit the ground running. And the only way you can do it really fast, increase our learning curve, was to have 2 cars that were identical, one pass, one round with 2 cars. It's like one round is like going 2 rounds because we had double the data from both cars. And we learned clutches. He learned the clutches. Also, when all the other teams were working on one race car between rounds, he and the rest of the team were working on 2 race cars between rounds.
So what was his job?
He was doing the clutches, transmission. He wasn't building motors, but Bert was building motors, but he was there when we needed. Huh?
Rebuilding.
Yeah, we needed, when he did everything, but his main job was the clutch and the transmission.
So what was your job?
I was driving the race car, and my main job was
And
to
sign the check.
My main job
Sign the
was
check.
we had a very strong financial backing from Streetload and Circuit City. My job was to make sure that comes in, continues, working with the sponsors, working with the partners, and their job was to keep the race car together and ready weekend after weekend. And so as a team, we each had our little parts, but as a team, we were like,
So this was a full-time
Unstoppable.
job for you guys.
The only reason why we're finishing the cars fast was just to get it over and go to the beginning contest.
bikini contest. Yeah, he wanted to finish the race car. We couldn't finish, so he can hit the bikini contest and the foam
And
contest.
the jello fight.
They had the phone contest. This is
Oh yeah, Nopi NDRA. We had the Nopi.
And the jello fight.
Jello,
Jello wrestling.
Nopi, what was it called? It was a foam.
Jello
foam,
wrestling.
foam fight. Foam. What was that called? Yeah.
the phone party.
Yeah, something like that.
So you guys. So basically,
but
the
we-
cars was nothing without the team.
The car without the team, without Louis, Kevin, Bert, Mikey. Mike came from ex Lisa Kubo teammate until I stole him. And yes, Lisa and Gary, I took Mike Kim away from you.
Oh, so he came on your team.
Yeah,
He
because
came
you
on-
like the purple
he came
banner
on
and
our
the
team.
Stupid
like-
Fusion shirt, remember? They don't like the Fusion, he don't like the stupid Fusion shirt Lisa Kubo have.
What
They like
Fusion?
the purple.
Oh yeah,
It's more
yeah.
manly.
He switched teams because he liked the purple shirt. So
So when we raced full time, we did this.
eat,
See that?
sleep, race. There you go.
Eat, sleep, race. That's all we did. Literally, we did nothing but race. We were together. We would come home Monday night from the airport. Tuesday and Wednesday we were home. Thursday we're back flying. Friday morning we're back flying. Meanwhile, the race car is at the next event. They would take the car apart, both cars, on Friday, Saturday, do the elimination, qualifying on Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Put everything back together. Be ready for the eliminations on Sunday. Then pack everything up, come home. 4 days later, we're back at it somewhere else. So this was a
Louis,
full-time job.
do you remember how to adjust clutches today?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, I still know every single racetrack too.
He didn't need he didn't need everybody else had the the charts and the data logger.
He just knew.
He just knew. He heard it like, okay, we need more clutch or we need less clutch. But we of course everybody was had their individual opinion, but together as a team we really gelled well.
All right. So what was the personal best for those cars? Like when they came out running together, how fast were they?
Well, first, I'm fortunate to say that we were the first to go sixes in import drag racing history. Right lane, Englishtown, October of 2002.
Damn, Englishtown had a lot of history.
Englishtown had a lot of history. 698 at 195 miles an hour in the right lane at Saturday's qualifying. We were the first ever to go sixes in the history of import drag racing.
That's good.
Then the following year, we were the first cars, the first side-by-side 200 mile an hour pass import drag racing.
Look at that.
I'm lucky to say that it was our both cars.
Look at that. Look at the age on that sticker. This is old school right here. Check that out.
And George was driving the other race car. I was driving the one race car, and
Side by side, 200 miles an hour for both cars. At Raceway Park. What was it, at Raceway Park, right?
that was Englishtown. Yep.
There you go, Englishtown Raceway Park. It gets no better than that.
Englishtown had one of the best prepped racetracks for us.
You heard they closed it down, right?
Yeah, of course they closed it down.
Did you know that, Louis?
Of course, who
Oh, there you go.
It's sad. I mean, they have the motocross stuff there now.
cares?
So Bullish Racing was known for badass Supras back then.
Yes.
How did you get from the black Supra? We know you sold that to Icanu.
Yeah.
How did you get to the
We
Solaris?
have no class to race with. We went to Maryland and we raced Turbo Joe.
Louis knows
we
best.
raced Prost there.
We were doing very well. The car was maybe 2 years ahead of its time. In the 90s, late 90s, racing in the Power 6 class at NYRA events. But then pretty soon we were modified class, which was basically a back half cars.
Like you guys.
But we weren't a back half. We were a unibody, full-blown, streetable car.
Right.
Yeah, with a full cage and all that stuff, with the parachutes, running 960s,
New Jersey
950s.
inspection and everything we went to.
Yeah, but anyway, so we did that. But why the Solara? Because I wanted to go faster. Period.
So the Solara was a perfect car?
That was a purpose-built race car. The Supra was not a purpose-built drag.
It wasn't stopped building
It was
anyway.
just something that you
It was
started with.
IRS. It was not independent rear suspension. It was not meant to go. It was road racing stuff, and I road raced it. But then once I realized I don't want to go straight, I want to learn how to go. Yeah, but for the pro car, to go into the four-wheel drive class, I wanted the Supra, and I was talking with Toyota at the time, and then. After I got all the parts and we were about to start on the body, because the chassis is a chassis. You have the rules from NHRA.
Right.
They present you the rules and you give it to your chassis builder. In our case, it was CNF race cars.
Wait, CNF in Jersey?
Well, they used to be in Jersey,
Pleasant
then they
Valley,
moved
New
to
York.
Pleasant Valley, New York. So CNF race cars.
What's his name?
Charlie and Freddie Bauer.
I feel like I've heard those names.
Yeah, so CNF race cars. Freddie became towards the end. He also became a big part of the team. He would travel with the team.
Mm-hmm.
So we were lucky enough to say our chassis builder was with us full time.
Nice.
He was with us full time.
Plus, he was top alcohol championship.
A lot of years of experience.
Frank
He was never a driver, but he knew. I mean,
how a chassis should work.
He also was the calm. You know, we get a little emotionally. You know, you get the highs and lows. He was he kept us in check. He was the older man on the team. He kept us in check. I learned a lot from him. I learned a lot. We all learned. I learned from these guys and from Freddie from CNF Racing. As a kid, racing in the road racing stuff, and then street racing and drag racing with a Supra. I knew how to win. I knew how to drive, but these guys taught me how to win.
That's where the team comes into play.
I knew how to drive, but these guys, and then Freddie, he taught us how to win championships.
That's what he does.
There's a lot of little things like when to make the car run fast. When do you test? Like when you're when you're in eliminations and you're up against a slower car, when you have the luxury to try a different clutch pad, a clutch disc, and get ready for the following round, he's always thinking that. So you put different pads. Okay, let's try it on this one. We're racing, you know, Papadakis. We can't afford to try a pad because he's fast. But if we're racing somebody slower like Abel, because Abel always broke.
Abel is the driver of the...
Abel, I love Abel.
I heard Abel has the best flying pigeons in his West Coast.
I still talk to Abel regularly. We trash talk a little bit, but I was more of a trash talker than he was.
So what year did you guys stop racing?
05. That was the last year. We walked away with a lot of championships. We won 5 championships between 2002 and 2005. We won 5 championships because we ran NHRA and NDRA.
Why did you guys get out?
Well, because honestly,
We're just sleeping now.
Louis wants to get back to racing.
Louis been waiting since 2005 for the phone call. He sits there by the phone. If it was me calling, he's like
like a sad puppy at night.
We going?
Ara, is that you? Are we racing?
This is what it comes like: eat, sleep, and race. Now we're 8. Now we're sleeping, and next is what?
In 05, I wanted to stay home a little bit. We were. They may not admit it, but we traveled a lot. I mean, for 10 years, that's all we did.
10 years?
The thing is, we wanted to see our kids grow. They grew already. I don't think they want us home.
No, really, no. In all seriousness, between 95 and 2005, that was like full-time job. We had there was no other job. I mean, that was it. That was a lot of traveling. I mean, that's a lot of traveling.
So you wanted to stay home with it?
We wanted, and also, the sponsorship money was drying up. The whole scene was drying up.
The economy
NHRA fucked it up.
The sport company.
Okay? NHRA fucked it up. I'll say that straight to the camera.
No, of course.
And I'm going to offend.
There's no filter in this class.
I'm going to offend a few people, but I don't give a shit. Okay?
That's what this show is about.
I never sugarcoated anything back then, and I sure as hell not going to sugarcoat it now. NHRA fucked it up. We had NDRA that was doing, NYRA in the 90s, IDRC, they were on the right path. Then you had NOPI, NDRA. They had the
Everybody's
right path.
heard of NOPI.
NOPI had the right, you had the DJs, the band, the bikini contest, the race car, the music.
They had the full extent of the lifestyle.
It was a lifestyle. That was it, NHRA was not into that. NHRA was like, oh, we're just drag racing. Well, yeah, guess what? Not for imports. Not for imports. You can't do that. You have the avenue. You own 95% of the racetracks in the country. NHRA had the people running the NHRA Sport Compact. You had Javier. You had Gary Roche. You had Jim Skelly. A few others. Their mindset was right. They know what. But they were also working for NHRA.
Yeah.
NHRA upstairs, Tom Compton, all the fucks up there.
There's always a guy upstairs.
They fucked it up. Tom Compton came to me at SEMA in 2003. I was at the street globe booth next to the race car. He comes over, he's like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, good. He goes, hey, I hear next year you're going to do NDRA races and NHRA. I'm like, yeah. He goes, well, if you're going to do NDRA races, I'm not going to promote your stuff at NHRA. I said, I I looked at him, I'm like, well, you can take NHRA and shut up your fucking ass.
He's from Jersey.
I said, you can fuck it up, you can shove it up your fucking ass. I go, don't you ever fucking tell me that. I went straight to Jack Panzarella at Streetwear. I'm like, Tom Compton just told me this or that, whatever. Or if we couldn't do NHRA, we only want to do NHRA. I'm like, fuck you. We're doing anything I want to do. Nobody owns my race car. Nobody owns the race program. Okay? I'm going to do whatever I want to do. And sure enough, we went to NHRA and we went into NHRA and we won both championships.
We did skip one race. Now that I remember.
Yeah, we won both championships. So fuck them. Okay?
That's good. I like that.
But the big story here though is not about us or any other teams, but when 2005, 2006, maybe even 2004, the market was drying up. Sponsorship was drying up. Everybody was having a hard time getting sponsors, and the economy was already on a slide down. And we all know what happened in 08, 09. We had the financial meltdown.
Yeah.
But some of the large companies like Ford, GM, Toyota, Mopar, they all knew it was coming. So they started backing out way earlier. By then we were already out. And what I wanted to do is, we had a lot of, Turbonetics was a sponsor of ours from early days when we were nobodies.
Right.
We had Faria, we had Aeroquip, we had Dave Localia. Dave Localia was from Head Games. He was with us.
The best head for Super.
I spoke to Dave Localia this morning. You know, he wanted me to tell the world.
He's from Jersey too.
Yeah, he wanted me to tell the world that he gives good head and has sweet titties. When I noticed that the sponsorship dollars and the whole scene was going to die, I didn't want to suddenly quit and then leave everybody that was with us from the beginning left hanging. So I said to everybody, I give everybody a year's notice. I'm like, after 2005, just so you guys know, we're not going to be around anymore. I'm not going to be around because I think the scene is dying. I'm going to be I didn't want to just like lose Streetlaw and Circus City and then have no money and then leave all the other guys behind. Like, now what? You know, because all these little guys, at the time they were little. You know,
Right.
Dave O'Callaghan was a small company at the time. He was basically him. He was spending 20 hours a day grinding soda for us, you know? And then you had Turbonetics, of course, we were very good partners back then. Aeroquip, all these guys, I didn't want to, I did not want to, I did not want to hurt the relationship, burn bridges, so I said to them, I'm going to stop. Just giving everybody 1 year's head up notice.
Usually it's 2 weeks, but you can't get
No, 1 year, it's going to happen. The market is dying. I think we're going to leave. And so, you know, and I have a good relationship with all of them. The one thing I will always tell to any young racer who wants to be in this sport, don't jump, don't burn a bridge, jump ship for the extra dollar. Always build a relationship. Loyalty is extremely important. He's been racing, you know, we stopped drag racing and I race mountain bikes now. I race dirt bikes. I race dirt bikes, and he's still my right hand man. You know, even if he's not there, I'm racing as if Louis is there. You know, you mean like Sunday? He wasn't there. I had a mountain bike race. I won, but to me, it's like I'm racing with him.
Of course.
I'm racing with him, but besides this, but with the sponsors, you never ever burn a bridge. You never ever burn a bridge. It's very hard to build bridges in motorsports. It's very hard to gain sponsors, and it's very important and it's a lot harder to keep them. When you get them, it's one thing. To keep them is a whole different ballgame. So it's very important to build a relationship. It may start small, but build on it. If somebody comes and taps you on the shoulder and says, "Hey man, I got a better product for you, and you want to come in." But maybe this other person you were working with was with you from the beginning, and you're trying to work together, build something. Don't jump ship. Stay and build. Stay and build.
That's a question I get asked a lot.
Yeah.
Well, what do you do with sponsors? How do you get in? Where do you go? They don't go anywhere. Sometimes you might not see them, but they're still there. We work together. Yeah. But that's very important because a lot of people like to do that quick.
You can't.
The minute something goes wrong, you don't want to do that.
No, you can't.
All right, so 2005 to 2019 is a long time. We know you got to be doing something in between. You already said you race mountain bikes, both motor and pedal.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work.
To me, yeah, I've always liked dirt bikes and bicycles as a kid. So after we stopped with the drag racing for 5, I started getting back on a dirt bike, and soon after that it was a mountain bike. And
Before it was RC cars.
RC cars too. It was playing with to do it. Let me tell you a little story going back in 2014. I called him up. I'm like, we're doing a 24-hour race. He goes, what 24-hour race? I'm like, a dirt bike 24-hour race. He's like, why? I said, why not? So in 2014, we went out somewhere in the middle of New York, upstate New York, in the sticks. And we did a 24-hour dirt bike race.
Pedal or motor?
Motorcycle. It was a dirt bike. It was, I don't know if he enjoyed it. He's no way enjoyed it as much as a drag racing.
But when they told me about the 500-pound bear,
Yeah, there were bears and there were snakes.
Yeah. You got into racing because of the Supra, and we got a new Supra out again. So you got any? Look at Louis' face. Louis' like, yeah. Louis already answered before I can finish.
I mean, you know what I wanted to do? Louis hasn't heard this before. I spoke to Dave Locali about it about 3 months ago. I wanted to do a mile race in Texas.
With a Supra?
With a Supra. And I wanted to break the 300-mile-an-hour barrier.
300?
300. At the time, the record was 297 with a GT40, I believe. 297. But I wanted to 300, but they got broken since then. The same guys broke 300 miles an hour in a standing mile. Or it's a rolling stop, or rolling whatever.
Yeah, but they haven't done it in the
But
why was it a Solara, not a Supra?
I wanted to do the Supra, and we even started working on the body for the Pro car with the Supra body, but Toyota wanted last minute. They're like, why don't you do a Solara, because the Supra was no longer produced.
Well, they stopped making Supras.
Supras stopped making Supras in '98. So now we're talking 2002, and Toyota wanted to promote the Solara. There wasn't a Supra anymore, so it wasn't in their marketing program to endorse a car that they no longer developed.
So, but it wasn't in production before, but it's in production today.
Okay, so now I can call Toyota and say, hey, you remember me?
Of course they remember you. They're not gonna forget.
No
one forgets you guys.
I have this idea, and it would be imports cleaning house once again.
When you ride your bike,
Yeah,
what do you listen to?
nothing.
Okay,
I'm
before,
old. I listen to nothing. I just pay attention to what I have.
no
to do.
music,
No music.
even in the race car.
No. Never.
Not a song playing in your head.
In my head,
Something got to be going through your head at the time.
I wanted to. My music was the motor. That was my music. The engine,
Nice.
the revs. That
You
was,
listen to that motor? I don't even want to hear that thing.
that.
When it makes the wrong sound, I'm already.
You know what
sick.
the music to me was? Was the burnout. Damn, I love that.
Really?
I think we may even own the longest burnout, like past half track.
No, it might be the other guys now.
Who?
Pack.
How far did he go?
Pack rotary guys from Australia. They do a burnout to the finish line.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, but
Back.
we did that back in 2002.
Wow. Okay. So
We did that back in
Walking back
2002.
down there.
Yeah, back in 2002. But you know what? Funny was like once the Abel and all of them now once we started racing regularly together, they started noticing my pattern. They would wait. I would finish a burnout and then they would do the burnout.
You gotta wait.
Because you know what they used to do? They used to do the burnout together, but they were so short and mine was so long that by the time we came back, they were like sitting there for like 3 minutes waiting for me to back
that
up.
long?
Yeah, because I would go.
I have to go down there and get him back.
By the way, the respect that was amongst the teams, the crew, the drivers in the pro import class at the time, pro rear drive was incredible. I mean, we had
You guys work together, but we're against
and
each other.
if you had a shitty
like a
attitude,
fucking
fuck you,
road.
you didn't last. You came and you left.
At the end of the day, we're all the same restaurant.
Oh, yeah,
we're all
yeah.
at the same
We
place.
there was a camaraderie and also friendship was, like I said, to this day I'm friends with all of them.
Everybody from back then, who was your favorite racer to take down? Like you always went there to go race one person. You had to. Who was it? But then who is also your favorite racer overall?
I wanted the one team I wanted to crush all the time are the Scrantons.
The Scranton?
It's from Florida. They were non-domestic racers. They were domestic racers that raced at the time the Turbonetics Celica.
Okay.
They came from the Mustang world.
They came from the Mustang world,
Yeah.
got into a Celica.
They came into the Celica and they ran the V8. So the first year, NHRA had this stupid class was V8, and they were the only opponent. They had no opponent. They had nobody else. There was no
He's
other
getting loud
V8.
now.
All right? He had one fucking V8 car, and then we won all 10 races. Well, fuck you, won all 10 races. You didn't race anybody. And they would promote that. Are you fucking kidding me? There was no other V8.
So what's
So when they finally did the 2JZ and came over to us, I'm like, fuck you guys. I'm gonna crush you guys. That's all I want to do.
you got bumped real quick. Yeah, this is it.
So
So who was your favorite person overall? Everybody has a
I like the
person.
car.
Who?
I like the car. I think
I'm not gonna count that. That's our team. But no, I have to say,
You gotta
to
pick
me-
somebody from the other side. It don't have to
To
be
me-
rear wheel drive. It can be front wheel. It can be
me,
anything.
Pepe Lopez,
Craig Paisley. To me, it was Craig Paisley, another East Coast
Paisley?
super guy. Yeah. I mean, another legend. Remember his Supra in Englishtown doing a wheelie on a bumper like
He had a
that?
pickup truck also, right?
Yeah, he had the pickup truck, but he did that back half Supra, the 3/4 chassis, like this on the bumper like that. He came down. Of course, you can race the rest of the weekend because everything under the car fucking blew apart.
Louis, who's your favorite?
him.
Okay, outside of him, you can't pick him.
I guess Lisa Cupo.
Lisa
But we
Kumo?
race-
She got something more than him.
Yeah, but we didn't race Lisa Kuba though.
No, you don't gotta race him. You can always like him.
Oh, we had a lot of good time. We hung out with the Kubos.
Everybody.
We hung out with the Kubos, Papadakis. Oh man, we had a good time with the Papadakis team.
Yeah, you're dropping names that we know.
Oh, Papadakis team, we had a good time. We became very good friends. Also, AEM sponsored the Dragster, and then in 2005 they also became a partner on the Solaris. I have videos of some of the races, and if I don't watch the race cars and I just look at the team at the starting line, they're all hugging. I don't know. I would say who won that race, because both our team and their team were like high-fiving each other. I'm like, who the hell won that race? who won the race? I don't know who won the race. Like, that's if you don't look at the ET board, because of the camaraderie. It's like we gelled really well. Like, we're
Yeah,
good friends.
everybody was one once they got
Yeah.
together. That's good. That's good. It's unity.
And
right
honestly, if I have to say, if you ask me a question, what do I miss about racing most, is that the family you make within the racing community.
there. Yeah, because like you look forward to seeing these people when you get there.
Yep.
I'm gonna fly across and I'm gonna see all these people that I last saw in Florida, and they're gonna be in Las Vegas, and I can't wait
Yeah.
to see these guys.
Yeah.
I
But
get
then
it.
also when all the regulars raced, we were traveling weekend. Every weekend we were somewhere racing.
And everybody
together,
was
right?
together.
It was like the caravan moving from the circus was moving from one state to another state. We were all together, so we spent a lot of time together. So you develop this relationship, and that's what I miss.
Then what?
I'm Ara Arslanian, and I eat, sleep, race.
I'm Louis. I just want to go racing. Fuck, eat, fuck, sleep.
That was perfect.